Hi everybody, this is Laura from the Vintage Key, and I'm also a designer for Graphic 45 Design Team. Today what I want to show you is how to make this card right here. What I did is I made this card using scraps of my Graphic 45 paper, and you can make this card using any scraps that you like. So there it is right there, it's just a close-up, and it kind of has a little bit of a dimension. I kind of flicked up the paper pieces just a little bit to give it just kind of like a little look, but it's really pretty card. And as you can see, I used a Martha Stewart doily punch. So let me go ahead and show you all the pieces that I used to create this card. So what I did is I went ahead and I used, this is the Martha Stewart doily punch here. We're also going to use the Tim Holtz, this is a vintage photo, a pair of scissors. You're going to need edge distressor by Tim Holtz, or any edge distressor, or your scissors. You're going to need some liquid glue. I'm using mono liquid glue here. This is from Tombow, and I'm using this Tombow glue, which is this is the permanent runner. I really love this, and this is like my favorite. So this is really great. And also you're going to need just a little image here, and I'm just going to use a little Graphic 45 image here, and some little roses that I made here with Graphic 45 paper. So let me show you how to go ahead and get started. For your actual card base, I'm using a craft cardstock by Basil, and this card is a 6x9 piece, and so you're just going to take this and you're just going to fold this in half, just like, and then also we have a border here, so what I do is I actually put all these pieces of paper on an actual another little piece, and this piece here measures 5.5 by 3 3/4. I'm just going to put this over here. And then this piece right here initially is going to be going on the front of your card, just like that. Now I know it's hard to see. First of all, what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to take my Vintage Photo Distress ink, and I'm just going to lightly ink up the edges so you can kind of see where my border is at, all the way around. And this happens pretty quickly. And you can do both sides, but just for the moment, I'm just going to do that side right there. Okay. So I have those two pieces. Those are the bases of our card. And then what you need are these pieces here. And I'll show it to you. This is the actual piece that I went ahead and cut using the punch. And this is the one where the husband and wife are dancing, as you can barely see right there. So what I did is I just used, like I said, I used my scraps. I have this bag right here. It says Graphic 45 scraps, and I just keep all my paper scraps in here. So anytime I want to make a card or an embellishment or something on a layout, I just go ahead and just pull something out of here. It's a really nifty thing to have. So what we're going to go ahead and do is, I've already done these. I went ahead and punched all these out with this doily punch, as I said, by Martha Stewart. And this was actually a 1-inch strip. It's 1 inch by 6. So 1 by 6. And what I did is, once I punched it out, I went ahead and just inked the edges. It would give me some dimension, some definition. And so I'm just going to go ahead and show you this one. This is one where I haven't inked the edges yet. So just take it, and we're just going to ink it up. It goes by pretty quickly. So just really quickly, just ink that up. And I went ahead and pre-punched these just to save time. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just start adhering these. And we're going to start with the bottom, so I'm just going to go ahead and just take my adhesive and just run it across the bottom here. And when I put this down, I actually just want the actual scallop to hang off the bottom of this here. But this right here, let's do this side, it's got a little, where the holes are punched, I'm going to align the card so that it hits just the top of each one of these little pieces here. There we go. So you see what I mean? It just went ahead and just, all the top of the pieces are there. Little circles. So then you've got this part done. And don't worry about this because we're just going to cut this off at the end, okay? So let's go ahead and do the rest of this. And basically what you're going to keep doing is just keep layering these over and over on top of each other. But when you layer them, of course, you're going to do the same thing you did with the first one. You want to make sure that this hits just the top. Can you see how those circles, those indentions match together? You just want to make sure you go ahead and layer that. So let me go ahead and start doing that. Assembling our last piece. So you want to make sure you get adhesive all the way to the top of this part. And if it gets on your table, it just rubs right off, so that's a really cool thing about it. Just line this up top of that. And there you are. There's your really pretty piece right there. So we just need to take the stickers out and cut those. We're just going to trim. Oops, we don't want to trim that part. Trim any little excess pieces that stick out the side. And then you want to go here and trim these pieces off right here. So see, there you go. There's your really pretty piece. Isn't that pretty? And then, get all that out of the way, take your ink, and I like to just go ahead and just give this a finished look. So just go ahead and ink that all on the sides. If you want, you can do your top. And it gives a really pretty finish. Can you see how pretty that is? I love it. I love this look. It's so much fun. So now what you're going to do is go ahead and take your card, put some adhesive on the back of this. And just center that right there on your card. You want to just center that. You know, we've got that all nice and centered on our card. Now we're going to take our piece. And I'm just going to use my edge distressor on this. You don't have to. It's just everybody's own preference. This is mine. So now that that's distressed, I'm going to, actually, you know what, I think I'm going to get some dimensionals. Okay, so I'm just going to put one right there, and one big one right there. Go ahead and remove that. And then I'm just going to add this right here to my card. Then I've got these cute little roses that I made with graphic 45 paper. Very pretty, and then spritzed them up with the vintage pink glimmer mist, so they're really pretty. And now all I'm going to do is I'm just going to attach them right here to the corner. And that's where we're going to use our Tombow liquid glue. Kind of put that on there. And be careful when you squeeze this, because this glue actually kind of just comes out itself. You really don't need to do hardly any squeezing at all. It just kind of comes out on its own, which is really good. Kind of helps for when you're doing a quick project. Give those a little swirl for the adhesive bond to start working. And there you are. That's your card. And you can make another little piece going across here and add a little sentiment. On this one, I just went ahead and added string of pearls, and I added that tag, and it says Celebration of Love. So see, there you are. There are your beautiful cards, and they're made in minutes. Totally just so quick, so easy, so simple. So I hope that you liked this tutorial. And again, this is Laura from The Vintage Key, and I'm also a designer for Graphic 45 Design Team. Thank you.